Okay, so here we have a regents question, which asks us which set builder notation represents the group -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, and 3. So this form right here, when you see numbers, and I'll rewrite them for you, written in brackets in a list. Obviously, you could call this a list, but sometimes it's referred to as roster form. So if you ever see that phrase comes up, it's referring to a list of numbers like this right here. Set builder notation is when you write a number group. It could be the same thing as roster form, which it is in this case. They're saying write the same group in roster form, but in set builder notation, that's the type of notation that you see in all the choices here. And basically the structure is you start by defining the variable. We'll call it x, just like they do. So this is saying defining your variable, saying any number, and we're referring to that number as x. Then you see a line, which usually means such that, and in other words, pick numbers x such that, and they're going to tell you the next line what type of numbers are x, because we don't want to just have anything. And here, notice our numbers are greater, they go from -2 all the way up to 3. So you could say that x is anything bigger than what? Well, x is anything bigger than or equal to -2, right? And less than or equal to 3. And then you can put another line or a comma or a semicolon. And so this is the range, right? It's between these two numbers, it's between -2 and 3. And then you want to maybe do a little, or give a little bit more further definition. No, that doesn't make sense. Give a little bit more of a definition. What type of numbers are these, right? They're in this range here. Well, what type of numbers are they? Well, a fancy shorthand way would be to write x as an element of the integers, right? Z. In other words, positive or negative whole numbers. But you can also say where x is an integer. That means the same things. So this symbol here means element of, and as a complete phrase, it means x is an element of the integers, which is another way of saying x, where x is an integer, as they wrote up here. It's all the same thing. Now, there are other ways of writing this, and we might not have the same answer as them, but this is just one way. So here, notice that choice 1 says x such that it's bigger than or equal to -3, which you know right away can't be true because the lowest value in the set is -2. Bigger than or equal to -3 would also include -3, so that choice is out. Here, this one's looking good, except it's bigger than -3, but less than or equal to 4. Well, well, that would also include 4, which we don't do here. In the next set, it's greater than -2 and less than 3, which is nice, except you should include -2 and you should include 3. So this is out. Now the answer should be choice 4. Let's just check it. It says x is larger than or equal to -2. Okay, check. It can be larger than or equal to -2, and any integer less than 4. Now we wrote less than or equal to 3, but when you're dealing with integers and you're saying any integer less than 4, what is that referring to? Well, if you look at the numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4, right, dot, 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 in both directions, well, you're saying any integer less than 4 that starts at 3 and then works your way down, right? There are no integers between 3 and 4 because integers only refer to whole numbers. So you could also say, as they did, it's an integer less than 4. Now you could also say it's an integer less than or equal to 3. Either one does give you the same result. Alright, thanks.